What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to you with a quick video. Make sure you check out my website, analysisplayground.com. It'll be in the comment section below. Also, the description there you can find NBA tributes, highlights, rookie analysis, summer league analysis, and NBA breakdowns. Also, hot topics and everything basketball. What's good, YouTube? One of my subscribers asked me to do a video on what to expect from the San Antonio Spurs. You know I'm on the San Antonio Spurs hype train, because they've been a consistent 50-plus win seasons for the last 10-plus years. I know they losing Tim Duncan is going to be huge, but they got Paul Gasol, who can post up, score, shoot the mid-range, and shoot free throws, and is an amazing passer for his size. I know he's not as good defensively as Tim Duncan, but he can get charges, and he can protect the rim decent enough to get you where you got to go, and he's an excellent rebounder, still averaging double digits, and led the NBA in double doubles the last season. Not this season, but the season before. So he still can get it done, and he's still a very good offensive player. Probably a better offensive player because Tim Duncan been sliding offensively the last couple of years. So Paul Gasol will be a downgrade defensively, but an upgrade offensively in the post and in general. Kawhi Leonard is a superstar player now, shooting 50 and 40 from three and from the field, and on top of that, shooting efficiently from the free throw line. Is a low maintenance player because he don't turn the ball over that much. He picks his spots when to score. He's super efficient when he does score. He can lock down the whole side of the court with his defense. He can block shots. He can steal the ball from you if you dribble too much. He can get the passing lanes and steal the ball that way too. So he's the most versatile defender in the NBA, and he does it on both sides of the court, which is important. He is a franchise-changing player now, and he also can just take over games offensively or defensively, and he actually had a couple game winners, and he is a finals MVP, so he can close out series and games. I know they came up short last year to to OKC, but that's just one series, and they actually improved their roster overall, getting Dejounte Murray, getting Paul Gasol. They bring back the same roster, just with more additions. Patty Mills averaged 20 points in FIBA, which means he's going to bring another attitude to the game this year, and getting buckets is what he does. Shooting the spot up three is nasty, but he also showed that he can do more than that now, and he actually is an excellent free throw shooter too, and he actually improved his playmaking too. So Tony Parker is going to play less minutes, and hopefully Patty Mills get a lot of them. Dejounte Murray also played a lot of point guard in summer league. He had some good and bad games, but he's only 19, so don't criticize him and crucify him just yet. But he is long, athletic, and has a good body on him. So it's going to be hard to guard Dejounte Murray in general for other point guards. He can just shoot over him every possession and finish above him, or just dunk over him in general. So if he does play point guard or shooting guard, he's going to have a lot of advantage. But he's still raw offensively and defensively. But like I said, this is his first year in the NBA, and he's a rookie, so you can't expect that much out of him. But LaMarcus Aldridge was an All-NBA performer last year, even though Anthony Davis should have got it, but he was injured a lot, so they gave it to LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge gets buckets. He's tough to guard. He dominated that OKC series. He's still one of the best one-on-one players, one of the best mid-range shooter, even improved his three-point shot so they can have more floor spacing in the paint. And Paul Gasol can actually shoot the mid-range, so they're going to have floor spacing all over the court. And if you take the pick and roll with Tony Parker, with Aldridge, or with Paul Gasol, you're going to have a dunk, layup, or a jump shot or a free throw every possession. And you got Kawhi Leonard in the corner and Danny Green in the other corner, which is 40% three-point shooters. That's going to be very, very scary to go against every possession. And on top of that, you got to think about it. Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard is lockdown defenders for their positions. Well, not lockdown, but Kawhi Leonard is locked down, but Danny Green is an excellent wing defender on his position too. So it's going to be tough to score on the team. It's going to be hard to guard the team. You know, Popovich is one of the best offensive coaches in the game. He always getting open shots. They always making easy shots. The hardest thing to do is guard the Spurs every possession because they always getting the best out of their shots every time down the court. So it is hard to get shots, and on top of it, it's hard to stop them from scoring. The Spurs is going to be scary. They won 60 games this year. I'm projecting them to win 60 games this season too. Their bench has upgraded. They starting lineup upgraded because they got Paul Gasol, and the team is just going to be impossible to guard. And on top of that, it's going to be impossible to score on consistently because a lot of teams get swept and blew out by this team because it's just so hard to guard them and so hard to score on them. And on top of that, you got to consider that this team knows each other. The only piece they really add in huge is Paul Gasol. Everybody else played with each other last season, and that's going to be another thing that you got to look out for. The bench improved, the starting lineup improved, and they got another playmaker because Paul Gasol is another playmaker in that offense, and he's unselfish, so he fits the whole mantra of what they do. So this is going to be a very, very scary team to go against. I will make a breakdown on how they play in the future, but this team is destined for 60 games. They're going to finish first or second in the West, depending on injuries, because you never know who can get injured, and you never know who can get a trade. But they should finish first or second in the West. They definitely is a championship contender. I wouldn't be surprised if they won it all because they can guard Golden State because they have the mobility, they have the size to score up on them because you can put LaMarcus Aldridge on Draymond Green, and Zaza Pachulia cannot guard Paul Gasol. Kawhi Leonard can score on anybody. He proved that against KD last season. Danny Green can play Klay Thompson tough, even though he's going to get his buckets anyway. He might make him shoot lower from the percentage, and they can always put Kawhi Leonard on Steph Curry too to slow him down just a little bit. But I think it's a fair battle. San Antonio versus Golden State. I think that's the only series that matter right now after the trade deadline and stuff. We'll see. But as of right now, the only matchup that matter to me is San Antonio versus Golden State. Whoever wins that series or whoever come out the West wins the championship because these two teams are just so loaded and so talented, and they both defensive teams. It's just going to be hard to score on these teams, and it's going to be hard to guard them. So, with that being said, it's just going to be Golden State versus San Antonio probably for the next couple of years unless somebody can upgrade their roster and compete with them. Other than that, this team is scary, and I do think they can beat Golden State in the 7-game series. Don't quote me on it because I'm just saying if they played against each other, I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs beat the Warriors. Even though they got KD and Steph and Klay Thompson and Draymond, they got Paul Gasol, Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, and they got LaMarcus Aldridge, and they got Patty Mills coming off the bench, DeJounte Murray coming off the bench. They probably just got a better bench in general, and they got David Lee too. So this team is scary. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. This your boy Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, signing out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.